Καλησπέρα. Ονομάζομαι Alexandros Moulas. Sorry, English. Apologies. My name is Alex Moulas. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer of Lamda Development for the project of Ellinikon, looking after all the residential projects that the company is developing in the project. I'm here today, and thank you for the invitation, by the way. It's a great place to be and a great event to attend. And of course, it couldn't be complete, I guess, without the presentation of the Ellinikon, which is the largest urban regeneration project in Europe. So today I'll give you a little bit of an overview of what the Ellinikon is, and before I do that, a few details and a few information about Lamda Development. So Lamda Development, we are a listed company, the Greek Stock Exchange. We are the biggest owner, operator, and developer of 6 malls across Athens. We'll show you a few information later. A few key stats over here, 1.6 billion net asset values. The investment portfolio at the moment is over 3.7 billion euros. But one of the most important achievements, of course, is the award by the Times as within the 100 most influential companies globally, and also one of the 5 top employees in Greece. Some of the key assets that the company has, as we said before, is 4 existing and operating shopping center and destination in Greece, the Mall Athens, the Mediterranean Cosmos in Thessaloniki, Golden Hall, but also the Designer Outlet. And of course, we have the marinas. Another arm that we have are 3 marinas actually: the Flisvos, the Agios Kosmas, which is in the Ellinikon, but also the Corfu Marina, which we acquired last year. Destination Greece, that sets the tone a little bit about why the Ellinikon, but also Lamda, is one of the drivers and one of the key success factors of the project. Has to do with the great, let's say, timing of the whole macroeconomic growth and improvement of Greece. Greece has, over the last, let's say, years, I would say since 2018-19, has been one of the best examples and a paradigm when it comes to the economic growth on a European basis. Has a really pro-business government which incentivized a number of key incentives which are great for when it comes to FDI in Greece. The tourism is going and breaks the records year after year, over 40 million tourists as of 2023, but also a lot of other ingredients like the investment grade a couple of years ago that put, again, Greece on the market. So the Ellinikon, maybe a lot of you know about it, but I'll try to keep it short. The Ellinikon, as I said before, is the largest urban regeneration project in Europe. For me, it's quite unique, having seen a lot of big master plan communities across the world. It has a lot of unique features. The reason is that it sits on the most prime area of the Athens Riviera, of the 60 kilometers and more of the Athens Riviera, sits on the best and most prime piece of land on that. But also it's part of Athens being a European capital city, excellent connectivity, great tourism as a destination, and a lot of the things that we'll discuss today. These are a few CGIs that you see over here. Over 1 kilometer long beach that will be open to the public, of course. The whole beachfront actually is open to the public, fully landscaped with a lot of activation areas. The Ellinikon Park, this is one of the main USPs of the whole project, is 2 million square meters of land that sits right on the center of the Ellinikon. That makes it actually quite unique. It's twice the size of Hyde Park, a little bit less than Central Park. This is going to be, it was one of the prominent features of the master plan and is one of the key features of the island. A unique location, this is what we said earlier. A lot of you know the Athens Riviera. The Ellinikon sits right on the best part of the Riviera, right next to Glyfada. And all the nice, let's say, and prestigious developments over the years, whether this hospitality, F&B, or residential, one of which actually is the one and only that we're here today. The Ellinikon is a new city by the sea. It's what we call a 15-minute city. We'll show later why we call it like that, although it's quite obvious. In terms, and these are a few key stats. The land area is 6.2 million square meters of land, of which the building capacity that we have is 2.7 million square meters. So you understand the scale of the project. Given the scale of the project, though, the density is less than 5% because a lot of green areas, open spaces, and all that. 2 million square meters is the park, which sits right in the center of the development, which is right this area over here. 3.5 kilometers is the coastline, of which 1 kilometer will be the beach. And then, of course, the contribution of the project, and these are a few key stats, is over 80,000 new jobs upon full completion, over 1 million visitors and new tourists, let's say, coming in the country because of that, and almost 2.5% of the GDP. These are not up to date, but again, these give a really good idea of the Ellinikon and the impact. We have been working with, given the importance of the project and the vision of the company, we'll be focusing a lot on bringing and working together with some of the best and top architects and master planners across all our projects. Especially when it comes to the first phase of the project, one of the main drivers and objectives was to set the tone by bringing on the best of the best. The master plan of the whole Ellinikon is designed by Forster & Partners. We've been working with them since 2014. We got the planning permits in 2019, so for 5 years we've been working a lot with them in order to come up with a master plan that you see over there. Forster & Partners also designed the Riviera Tower, which is the first and tallest residential tower across the Mediterranean. And I'll explain the details later about the product and the buyer profiles and all that. Sasaki have designed all the open areas, the Ellinikon Park, the beach. Kengo Kuma has designed the Riviera Galleria, which is our shopping destination on the marina. BIG, Bjarke Ingels, designed the Park Rise, which is the top right project. And IDAS have designed the shopping center, the Ellinikon Mall, together with the mixed-use tower that we have on the commercial hub. The Ellinikon, as we said before, is a smart 15-minute city. So we set up, as we speak, all the infrastructure that is required in the Ellinikon and in our projects in order to create a really, truly smart community, to be able to measure everything and make decisions on that. The ultimate objective is, of course, to add value to the guests, the tenants, the residents, and everybody that is included. Sustainability, of course, sits in the heart of what we do when it comes to green, sustainable reduction of emissions and the footprint, but also when it comes to the giving back to the community and all the ESG. I'm sure ESG has been a buzzword, but the Ellinikon has the opportunity, and we as Lamda, we honor this opportunity, and we're trying to make sure that we're going to honoring the basic principles of ESG. These are a few statistics of the Ellinikon sustainability. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here because I'll be speaking through a lot as we go along. A destination for everybody, and that's why we say the Ellinikon is a 15-minute city. We have pretty much every single use class that exists, from 10,000 residential houses, so we built a new city, it's 20,000 new residents that will be living in the city. The Ellinikon Park, as we said before, 2 million square meters right in the heart. We have a marina of Agios Kosmas, which is in full operation as we speak, but we're going to upgrade it to accommodate also super yachts. The total capacity will be 310 berths. Apart from that, we have the integrated casino resort developed by Yek Terna along with Hard Rock. We have 2 shopping destinations, the Ellinikon Mall and Riviera Galleria. Hospitality projects, we're developing, as we speak, within the Ellinikon 4 hospitality projects. 2 of them are on the beach. One is the Mandarin Oriental, the other is a Marina Hotel that we're going to announce the name in the coming year. And both of them were developed under a JV with Temes, the developers of Costa Navarino. And another one is the mixed-use tower, that again is a mix of hospitality, hotel and branded residential apartments. And Hard Rock also will have almost 1,000 keys. So these are the big, let's say, hospitality projects that will exist within Ellinikon. Of course, smaller hotels will be developed as well. Offices, more than 300,000 square meters of office space. This is part of the commercial hub, which is along the Vouiarmenis Road. Last but not least, we have sports facilities, and we talk about state-of-the-art aquatics, gymnastics, swimming pools, tennis academies, basketball academies, anything that a community requires in order to sustain, let's say, activity throughout. But also on the healthcare end, we have a JV with Vioiatriki and Iatriko in order to create a medical hub, a healthcare club, a health, let's say, facility. And last but not least, on the educational side, we have a private school with CGS Kosteas Gitonas that will be up and running in September 28, but also private university, University of Nicosia, that was announced quite recently, along with almost 1,000 student accommodation units. These are the partnerships that we've created. I mentioned pretty much all of them, but what is important is that, and this is part of our development strategy as well, is that, and especially of the first phase of the project, we develop ourselves the projects that we feel comfortable with, and we have the know-how, residential, shopping centers, the marinas, but also we are trying to find, let's say, partners that can add value across all sectors, meaning either on the hospitality side with Temes, on the sports complexes, on or schools, healthcare, on anything actually that can, any third party can add value to. International media coverage has been, as of December 23, we launched a massive campaign globally when it comes to PR and marketing, resulted into the Ellinikon being, let's say, in the top, some of the top, let's say, global names of media across the world, with over 20 billion views over the last year and a half. This is the first phase of the project. What you see, the first phase, by the way, we started designing in 2021, and it is to be delivered, the majority of it, by 2027. This is in a year and a half from today, pretty much. Anything you see in blue is residential projects, and all the others are other developments across the use classes we discussed earlier. When it comes to the residential, and I'll give you a little bit of an overview of the product and the numbers. 10,000 residential units across the Ellinikon. The first phase has 1,500 residential units, along with another pretty much 500 units of third-party developers that will be developing in Ellinikon. So all in all, 2,000 houses are to be delivered in the Ellinikon within the next 2 to 3 years. This is a short video to show you, a short film to show you the construction progress update to understand what's happening today in the Ellinikon. So that gives you a little bit of an overview of what's happening today in the Ellinikon. What is really impressive is that even us, that we have our offices on site, sometimes we go with clients every day within site and site visits. It's great to see that every day something new is happening and buildings starting, let's say, rising, which is really, really impressive. Over 25 to 30 construction sites as we speak on site. So, you know, it's a massive construction site and a lot of excitement for the deliveries in the coming years. I'll give you a little bit of an overview about the residential, some nice CGIs and hopefully more interesting stats. As we said before, 1,500 apartments to be delivered. This includes also 27 villa plots by end of 26. So in a year from today, we start delivering the first projects, which are the Cove residences. That's a complex of 115 apartments, and we deliver the first 40 apartments. Residents along the Ellinikon Riviera, these are the 300 units. Out of the 10,000 homes on the Ellinikon, 1,500 is in the first phase, of which 300 are these projects that sit along the coast below Poseidonos Avenue. Quick summary of the projects. The Riviera Tower, designed by Foster & Partners. It's 170 residences, ultra-luxury, 100% it's sold out price, and we released the project in the summer of 21, so this is 4 years ago. Sold out, excellent acceptance from the domestic market as well. So more than 93% of our pretty much 100 clients were Greeks. So that was a great testament of the awareness of the project, but also the will of the local community to invest in a flagship project. We are currently on the 32nd floor when it comes to the construction site. The Cove Villas, 27 villa plots, again, all of them are under construction, 100% sold out, a really nice mix of international audience, but also Greek domestic, but also Greek diaspora from across the world. By the way, all our clients, I mean, we have clients from pretty much industry, from tech, pharmaceutical, you know, and anything you can think of. The Cove Residences, this is the first project we're going to deliver as of next year. That's a complex, that's actually, it's a great project of designed by ISV and Bobotis, Greek architects, 115 residences, 100% sold out. We released that in February 2022. It was sold out in 6 months. Price is from 1.5 almost to 6 million euros per ticket. And now, these were the 300 units that it's fully sold out. Now we move to Little Athens. These are the residences on the park that we currently have on the market. So Little Athens is our neighborhood. The idea is to create neighborhoods that are lively throughout the day. And that's actually one of the reasons why we try to make sure that when it comes to the buyer profiles, one of the main things we always test and we want to make sure that we get an answer is, what is the motivation? So why do you buy in the Ellinikon? It's really important to make sure that we have the units and the residential, let's say the apartments will be inhabited, because the last thing we want is to have, let's say, empty buildings staying empty. So we also have a number of retail units, more than 100 retail units within Little Athens area, from the butchers, the florists, the cafes, all the fitness areas and all that. The idea is to create, let's say, a critical mass of commercial spaces to accommodate all the needs of the residents and the visitors. Within Little Athens, this is the area that you see that looks like a butterfly. It's this one right here. Okay. To date, we released all the projects you see in this color over here and here. This all in all is around 1,200 units. Currently, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 projects underway, and we're going to bring in the market another 3 in the next 6 months. So these are the projects that we have currently launched up to date. This is the first one we launched, was the Park Rise on the top left, designed by Bjarke Ingels. That is actually the first 50-meter high building in the Ellinikon. We have a lot more, but this is the first one. We released that in summer 23. Prices average 11,000 euros per square meter, and we have a really nice. We are fully sold out there. All in all, we have 6 new developments, as we said, totaling 670 residential apartments across many buildings. All the others, actually, we are 93% sold out. The last project that we released was the Sunset Groves. That was in December 24. So that's a really nice project. All of them, by the way, apart from the Prague Prize, have been designed by Greek architects. So this is also, we want to support also the local, let's say, design teams, but they are also really, really good. This is the new neighborhood that we released. We're actually introducing, as we speak, in the market. Little Athens was the first one. East Village is the second one, which actually is where the experience center, for those who have been in the experience park, this is where the area is. The reason we did that is that because a year ago we sold out plots to third-party developers, and now we are introducing also this new market, this new area into the market. To give you an idea of the product that we're going to be having in this location, this is the latest project. Actually, we're going to release it next week. Skyline Heavens, this is a project of luxury apartments. This is a gated complex, 150 luxury residences with full amenities and services to be offered. And as we said, it's going to be delivered end of 2028. So we're quite excited for bringing that to the market as well. Given also the nice inclination of the Ellinikon, it has really nice views as well across the park and the sea. Okay, so who is buying and why they're buying? So these are a few key stats about the buyer profiles. This is one of the main things that we always have our pulse, let's say our finger on the pulse, to make sure that we understand who the buyers are. At the moment, we have more than 17,000 clients registered in the Ellinikon to buy a residential house, coming from over 110 countries. The majority, as you see, 65% are Europeans, but a really nice mix of America, Middle East, and even Australia as well. In fact, in 2 weeks' time, we have a roadshow in Australia in 3 main cities to go and meet and have some nice boutique events over there. The top 20 international source markets, number 1 is US, is North America, from New York to Chicago to California, or even Canada. These are, it's by far 1/5 of our, let's say, international mix. British clients, Australian clients, Germany, really nice European, traditional European, let's say, markets that have been investing in Greece, but also when it comes to Middle East as well, clients from Turkey, Egypt, Israel, and UAE are in the top, let's say, 20 markets. That's quite interesting, actually, because depending on the profile, it's quite interesting to see the different reasoning and motivation, but also trends. As an example, the US market or the Australia, let's say, buyers are willing to spend more. Say our average tickets are in the Ellinikon at 1.2 million or 1.3 million, and they're spending 1.4, 1.5. So it's 20% more spending, but also they require amenities. They're buying as a holiday house. So let's say, in the contrary, the Middle East buyers are more investment-driven, smaller units. The key motivation is what we said earlier. 47% at the moment are buying as an investment. This is natural and to be expected, given that the Ellinikon is a long-term play, and all our projects we sell off-plan, and these are projects to be delivered, let's say, in the next 2 to 3 years. So investment, which includes both the capital appreciation but also the rental angle, is almost 50% of our clients. A really good share of primary home. This is with 30%, so let's say almost 1/3 of our buyers are buying to stay there. And holiday house is 21%, small percentage of golden visa. So for us, it's really important to see, and this is the 2 main motivations that we are particularly interested in. The reason is that we're targeting over 70%. These are the houses that most likely will be inhabited. So this is one of the main things. In terms of the typology, of course, the most attractive ones are the 2 and 3 beds, and then, of course, the 1 beds for the more investment-driven, let's say, buyers, and, of course, the trophy assets, which are by definition is a smaller percentage, are the 4 and 5 bedroom units. Investment highlights. This is one of the, I think, of the last slides, but these are a few of the USPs, both of the country, but also the Ellinikon, and what makes the whole offering really compelling for international especially, but also local buyers. On the one hand, on the left-hand side, these are the incentives that were introduced by the Greek government in 2019, whether this is the golden visa, the non-dom regime, which is currently one of the most attractive, let's say, programs of non-dom in Europe, especially after what's happening in the UK. but also a number of incentives, whether you're a digital nomad or, let's say, a Greek who left during the crisis, or a pensioner, a lot of nice incentives that have brought a lot of people, Greeks or international, who left, especially during the crisis. On the other hand side, these are a few of the USPs of the residential offering at the Ellinikon. So to begin with, we have a really diverse residential offering, from whether you're looking for a one-bedroom unit at 50 square meters, up to the most expensive, let's say, penthouse of 850 square meters, from $500,000 to $25 million. We have it, and we can accommodate any need. Whether you're looking as an investment or a primary home or secondary home, this is, we can accommodate the requirement. When it comes to the investment, especially, the capital appreciation within the project, what we estimate also is every year is 5 to 7%. That's really important because for off-plan sales like that, it's really important to offer that. We have a well-structured payment plan, so clients actually, they pay 20% and they buy and they own the property, and every 6 months there is a payment plan, depending on achievement of construction plans and milestones, so it makes it really easy for anybody. Last but not least, here we have a really nice, let's say, incentive which makes us quite unique. That has to do with the property and rental management, property and facility management, and rental management as well. So apart from the sales side and making the sale, the idea is to offer, as Lamda Development, a truly end-to-end product to make it as hassle-free as possible for anybody to buy without having to think who is going to be maintaining, who's, I want to rent it. So everything has been handled by us, and it's one-stop shop for everybody. The Ellinikon, of course, homeowners community is really important. Everybody will have access to an app. So there's going to be events throughout the year within the park, the beach, or whatever. So there's going to be, the idea is to create a really, really unique community it's not only the owners, but also the tenants, everybody who touches upon, let's say, the Ellinikon. And last but not least, we have been working with pretty much all the Greek banks, but also some internationals, to offer housing loans for anybody who wants to buy, from red carpet policy to quick, let's say, pre-approvals, and the most attractive financial terms, we have it. So again, this makes also quite unique the offering. And that's why the conversion rates that we have and the clients that we have are really happy and really high conversion rates. That was from my side. Hopefully it wasn't, I'm within the time, 2.5 minutes left. Hopefully I gave you a little bit of an overview of what's happening and what we do as Lamda Development within the Ellinikon. And everyone who is interested, actually, we had a great visitor center, which is the experience center, can come and visit and understand the scale and the vision of the Ellinikon. Thank you so much.